valiant effort. The Chicago Bulls nearly winning and coming up with some OT magic with DeMar DeRozan thinking he sealed the game with 3 free throws that he all made. But Atlanta Hawks get lucky. I don't want to say they get lucky because they played a better game. But we're going to break it all down right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
Man, this was an emotional one of the most emotional overtime periods in a while. Just with the how we even got into overtime with Derrick Jones Jr. and that offensive rebound, getting fouled, then missing one of the free throws that would have sealed the game. Then in overtime, with 1 second left, DeMar DeRozan getting fouled on the 3-point line, hitting all 3 free throws to put the Bulls over, and then the Atlanta Hawks with a just great drawn-up play with just a couple of seconds left, and the rookie hits that shot, and it seals the victory for the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls fall to 11-15 on the season. This is one of the wins that I wanted to see the Bulls get as they try to build a winning streak. Zach LaVine just took some extremely questionable calls down the stretch of this game that were just frustrating to open OT. You got to look at it like this, right? While I'm not blaming the loss just on Zach LaVine because the Bulls didn't play good defense down the stretch in that fourth quarter or in overtime, but just the 2 possessions in which Zach LaVine took early 3-pointers in the shot clock really hurt this team big time. Really hurt this team big time because that could have been possessions where you take off some more time for the Atlanta Hawks having it and you actually run a set for a better play. So there definitely was some of that down the stretch that just hurt this team. Not putting Patrick Williams back in the game. I know Patrick Williams is 4 of 10 in this game, but keep in mind, like, Patrick Williams shot the ball very well in the last game. Not necessarily that size would have helped the Bulls a lot, but maybe his defense, especially when you lose Ayo Dosunmu. Trae Young, who ends up going 5 of 18 in this game, all 5 of his field goals came after Ayo Dosunmu did not play in the second half of this game. So those things definitely played a part in it, but we can't blame it all on that. The Bulls just did not do enough. The Bulls did win the rebounding battle 53-45. That usually is enough. They also get 28 assists on 48 made baskets. They shoot 48% overall from the field, only 25% from three-point range. And then just looking at this game overall, 18 turnovers from the Chicago Bulls. We know that is not how this team finds success. The Atlanta Hawks only 14 turnovers in this game. Those are the type of things that really hurt this team a lot in this game, outside of the questionable defense down the stretch. In overtime, Zach LaVine just taking crazy shots in overtime as well. This was a wild game. This was a fun game to watch, right? Even though the Bulls did lose it, you're not going to lose every single game. Win every single game, but that's not to excuse it, right? The Bulls should have won this game. And like I said, you look at some of the things that Zach LaVine did early in the shot clock in the fourth quarter, definitely hurt this team big time, being able to just seal this victory. Zach LaVine is going to have to eat that. Zach LaVine is going to have to look at that and realize that while you can't blame the total loss on Zach LaVine, you still were a very big part of why your team could not perform better. In the overtime period, just flat out. Andre Drummond having a great game for the Bulls off the bench in this game, just playing really well for us with 14 points and 9 rebounds. We end up scoring over 40 points from the bench alone. When you look at Derrick Jones Jr. with 14, Andre Drummond with 14, Kobe White with 12. Goran Dragic did not shoot the ball well in this one. Him and Javonte Green only with 2 points each. But those are the type of things that hurt the Bulls in this one. Man, that back cut play on that final one is a heartbreaker. And hopefully this wakes the Chicago Bulls up to what they need to do. And I know it's second night of a back-to-back. You don't always have the same intensity every time on those, but I'm not throwing them too much bell because of that, because this team should have and could have very much been in this game and won this game in the overtime period. I'm looking at a couple of things that were done that really, and again, they lost it on a wild shot. Just crazy, man. Just wild that the Bulls lost this game in the manner that they did. After it was such an up and down emotional game. Man. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's this. The Bulls could have avoided this by executing defense better, by not taking shots early in the shot clock at the start of the overtime period, those type of things. It was fully in their control. So we can't like blame this loss completely on that last minute wild shot, because to me, the Bulls could have avoided that. They had every opportunity to avoid being put in that position where a shot like that could have completely sealed and taken away the game from them. But I'm not, like I said, not blaming it all only on Zach LaVine, but allowing that team to just have the free throws that they did and hurt the team. I mean, that's just facts. I mean, we can argue that all day, but the Bulls had a chance to get this game, hold on, control their own victory, and they didn't. And that's just what it boils down to. They did not do the necessary things to be able to win this game. And that's just it. As a Bulls fan, as anything, I'm going to have to just be honest. That's just what it is. This team disappointed. They didn't execute. And I'm going to find out how you guys feel about it. Let's go ahead and get into the chat for today. Also, is the audio back sounding right? I know on the last one, everybody said the audio was too loud. I think I've fixed everything and figured out what was going on. So the audio should be good, but let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one. Austin G says, can't even be mad. That's kind of how I feel about it too. You can, at the fact that the Bulls came out slow in this game. It just seemed like they started off this game flat and they really dug themselves in a hole. Had they been able to play with that intensity, again, second night of a back-to-back, I understand it, but still, that slow start. And let's not forget, Ayo Dosunmu not playing in the second half plays a part in that as well. Trae Young was 0 for 7, 0 for 6, I think, in that first half. Still didn't shoot the ball too efficiently, but he did cook more. And I think not having Caruso, not having Ayo Dosunmu, who traditionally play really good defense on Alex Caruso, it played a part in that, absolutely, in my opinion. So, but let's get into this one. Blah says, so many chances to win and they freaking blew it. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
We are a stupid team and our coach is a moron.
You didn't even spell moron right, but I knew what you meant with that one. But I feel like it was definitely tough on that one. Dad in the building. Dad says, I knew they were going to lose, choke. I can't call it a choke when it came down to that type of shot. That's just a lucky shot. There are not a lot of teams that are going to be able to I guess you can call it a choke in that sense, right? Because they allowed it to happen. Agreed with this one. Brian the Tryhard, them dumb Zach shots at the end. And that wasn't even at the end. That was the beginning of overtime. He at the first possession we scored on, I think. Yeah, we did, because we took the lead early. But then the next two possessions after that were both early in the shot clock shots by Zach LaVine, and they just weren't successful at all. Another one. We got another one.
We should get rid of Zach LaVine. He's the main reason why we lost the game, taking dumbass shots.
This is, again, a reaction from fans that just, like, it's not the only reason why we lost. But I can understand why you're pissed off by it. Definitely, I can understand that. Luis, that one hurt. Yeah, that one definitely hurt. Old man Winter in the building. He says, I'm just hurt, but I ain't mad at my boys. I mean, listen, the couple of things that didn't break the Bulls' way, I definitely understand. But it kind of is what it is there. Man. All right, the chat's starting to refresh. So you guys, make sure, also, 300 of you guys in the chat, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We are definitely trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. But Bulls don't have players that make winning. Hold on.
Bulls don't have players that make winning plays. LOL. Zach didn't know how to make turnovers and make plays that win. And DeMar shows us why he's never won anything on defense.
Sorry, that's just stupid. Like, that's just, I mean, I get it what you're saying, but that's not why they lost this game. It's just not. It's not. Jihad says, I saw this one coming. Absolutely agree with you on that one. So sad. Zach needs to drive past, not to, exactly. And then in overtime, after he took those, he didn't make them, right? That's the frustrating part. After Zach LaVine took those two early shots in the shot clock to lead overtime, he then drove it to the basket. You find success. That's the way that you need to score in overtime. And Billy needs to drill that to him and the other players. You want to try to get to the free throw line. You want to try to force contact. That's what you want to try to do in overtime. That's what you want to try to do. Shay says, I have to point my finger at Billy Donovan on this one. I completely understand with you. On this one. Austin says, Pain, Haize. That game winner was crazy, though. We were so close. We moved. Yeah, I mean, listen, we got another one in a couple of nights. The Bulls have to sit this one. But yeah, it's a lot to trickle into this one. You know what? Lee Education James, great one on here. DJJ was on his man. He unfortunately jumped early. Bro missed that free throw too. I knew he was going to miss it on everything. I mean, that's just kind of the way that the Bull season is gone, right? It definitely felt like down the stretch of that, I was like, hey, are we really going to seal this one off of free throws by Derrick Jones Jr. of all people? And then when he made that first one, I'm like, all right, D. And then he missed it. I was like, you know what? I couldn't be mad at it, though, because we had another chance in overtime. We just didn't get the job done in overtime. And DeMar did what he could do, man. Dan, trash defense. 100% agree with you on this one. 100% agree with you here. Kenny B in the building. He says, tough loss. Thought we had it, but we didn't. Then we did. Then we didn't. That is the exact way. The Bulls win. No, they don't, but they win. It is what it is there, man. It was definitely a lucky shot, right? But you can eliminate luck by executing better. And the Bulls could have definitely done some things to execute better than not put themselves in that position. So Tim Brazil in the building says, as always, you pointed out the main thing. Defense could have closed us. Can't blame everything on the last. Yes, it should not come down to just that last possession, right? And like I said, LaVine does have to eat part of that. He absolutely does. Super chat from Charles the Great. Thank you for supporting the channel at that level, my brother. DJJ needs more playing time. Listen, if he hasn't earned it by now, I don't know what else he needs to do, because he's been playing his butt off for sure. Bronny James will be. Come on, fam. You got to stop with that. Come on, fam. You got to stop with that. Zach and his dumb shots at crunch time. He's trash. I said he wasn't worth no max, but they gave it to him anyways. Well, I'm glad that you have a beeline. No, but you can't. Okay, let me ask you this, right? I'm going to ask this now, and I want you to give me an answer. So should the Bulls have let Zach LaVine walk? Keep in mind, it doesn't work in the sense that if they let Zach LaVine walk, they all of a sudden have that money to give somebody else. You can't, in a situation like that, allow the player to walk for nothing, because every contract is movable. And Zach LaVine's contract, once the new CBA on top of the new TV contract kicks in, it's not going to be as bad as what it is right now. So because of that, you had to sign Zach LaVine back. That's just business sense, right? Outside of the emotional things, and if he's a max player, max not, you can't allow a player like Zach LaVine to just walk away for nothing with where the Bulls currently sit at. They just couldn't. They couldn't afford to. So Zach LaVine had to come back. As long as Zach LaVine was willing to come back, if it took the max, he had to get the max, period. That's just what it was. That's why I've been saying Zach needs to have the understanding of pick your spot. Yes, that is absolutely something that Zach LaVine does need to do more. He has to do. He has to understand how to pick his spots better. He has to. He has to.
James, this team fucking sucks. Come on,
fam. Come on. Let's get it together, bro. Let's get it together. Bogdanovich would be so happy, bro. He almost blew the game for the Hawks. Yeah, like that. And keep in mind, he kind of got the Hawks in that with his shots down the stretch too. So to be there, it would have been completely different. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Mars Washington says this, and the Bulls should blow it up. YouTube video start. Oh, you already know. Inside the Chicago Bulls.
According to a Bulls insider, the Chicago Bulls will be trading Zach LaVine to the New York Knicks for Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, and 2 second-round picks.
That type of stuff is coming. You guys know it's coming. It's just coming in, period, man. That's just what it is. Mixo in the building. Mixo says, damn, Haize, I don't even know how you get on here after that shot. I think because it's like, I thought that the Bulls were losing the game before, and then I thought they were winning, then I thought they were losing, then it looked like they were winning, and then they lost, right? So the emotional roller coaster that I went on probably the last 10 minutes of that game, it just has me in a weird place emotionally. I'm sure once I get off this stream and it really hits me, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm just sure I will be. Greetings from Colombia. Shout out to you from Colombia. I appreciate that. Angelo Williams in the building says, and at least gave Terry some. Oh, I agree. Dalen Terry should have got some tick in this game. Definitely, I think he should have got some tick, and I think it's only so much longer that you can keep him off of it. This is the same team that on numerous occasions last year hit buzzer beaters on back-to-back nights. This is some Charlotte Hornets kind of shit. That's crazy, but accurate. Trash defense, but to be honest, both teams were stinking it up on that end. It was like a shot chucking extravaganza. That's from Lee Education James. And again, as always, bro, you are on point there. So Davin Winslow says Bogdanovich cooked us. Who was assigned to him? It was a mixture. It wasn't just Zach on him, but Zach was on him some. DeMar was on him some as well. Derrick Jones Jr. was on him a little bit too. They tried to throw a bunch of different looks on him, and just none of them worked. That's just what it is. And again, this is our second loss in a row that somebody from the bench leads the team in scoring. Keep that in mind. So we gotta get it back together. We gotta get it together with that. DJJ went off. He was clutch. Where the F was Pat? It seems like because Derrick Jones Jr. was riding hot, that Billy Donovan just rolled the hot hand and then didn't bring Patrick Williams back in the game. Derrick Jones Jr. was making plays on the defense and offensive end. So, it is what it is there. James says, sometimes you're going to lose even when you did your all to win. Great hard fought game. I would be able to say that if they played better on D. Now, there were a couple of shots that Bogdanovich just made with great defense on them. Like there was a couple of ones where they literally were in great position defensively. Like that floater that went over the back of the backboard. Like that's just a lucky shot, man. That's crazy. Trey got arrogant towards the end, but he was quiet as a church mouse when Io was guarding him. Hey, listen, Io owns real estate in Trae Young's head rent-free, period. Bright side, the Bears didn't lose today. Hey, that's absolutely right there, brother. Absolutely right. Let's see what else we got in the building. Lee Education James says this. I feel so bad for Derrick Jones Jr. Like he played hard, man. Listen, you can tell he was beating himself after that. If he would have hit that second three-pointer and free throw and won the game for us, man, that would have been crazy. Oh, here we go. We got another one.
Terry Crew. LaVine for his career has been always negative plus minus player every season.
Most people would know if you know how to read plus minus. Plus minus is also evident of the team's total defense. Keep in mind, Zach LaVine has been on terrible teams defensively his whole entire career outside of last season, and then that fell off. So plus minus is not really indicative of what he does on defense or how he is as a player overall. That just says that he's been on bad teams, and Zach LaVine has been on some really bad teams, a lot of them here. So when you hit a shot over the backboard, you're just hot. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a heat check that was successful, right? That's all it was. Zach had two easy drives and then started shooting threes, it doesn't. There's no defense for that, right? As somebody who watches basketball, there's no defense as far as me defending him. Because it's just stupid shots. That is Zach LaVine's. What do we say? Zach LaVine is in crunch time a very low basketball IQ player. I don't know many people who would make an argument for otherwise. That's who Zach LaVine is. That's why you need smarter IQ players like Alonzo, like a DeMar DeRozan around him, because they do help his defensive IQ is better when Lonzo's on the court, and they just take some of that pressure off Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, just those two early shots. If I'm the coaching staff, matter of fact, if I'm AK, when Zach LaVine came back to the locker room, right? When Zach LaVine walked back into the locker room, I would have been sitting here just like this, like, you fucked up, right? You shot you shot the three-pointers with 18 seconds left on the clock. How much time do you think? 18 seconds left on the clock, Zach. You fucked up, right? That's all I'd be saying to Zach LaVine. Because it was trash. Those were trash-ass decisions down the stretch of a game you're trying to win in overtime. There's no excuse for that. No excuse when you get paid over $200 million. I'm not excusing Zach LaVine for any of that. Now, I'm not blaming the total loss on him, but those decisions down the stretch, they didn't help the team at all. They didn't help. They hurt the team more than helped it. When you actively hurt your team and you're the highest paid player on the team, you got to be held accountable for that. Billy Donovan also has his issues in it for sure as well. But Zach LaVine got to eat those two shots early in the shot clock in overtime. You have to play better than that. You have to. My auntie Goon in the building says, I kept saying, watch the fucking back door. Shit, goddamn. Derrick Jones Jr. fell asleep. We had this game. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough. Definitely tough. That meme for Menace to Society never gets old. You already know. But it's accurate, right? In a case like this. Juan Miller in the building. Juan says, I'm sorry for the negativity, but I'm not a Zach fan. He needed to learn how to win. That's not negativity, right? The negative, to me, it's negative. You're just like, Zach, we will never win with Zach LaVine. You should have let him walk for nothing. That's just idiotic. But honest evaluation and critique is never negative. Zach does need to learn how to make smarter decisions down the stretch of tight games, period. That's not a negative thought. That's negative action by him. Negative actions bring negative comments, right? If you want to take them negative. But that comment, if anybody wants to view that negative, it came by the negative boneheaded plays of Zach LaVine, period. The Education James says, it's going to be one of those nights where any Bulls post I see is going to trigger me. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Great question here from T Money Kane says, do you think we should have had P. Will in the game, in the game? I would say this. Patrick Williams wasn't shooting the ball well. We did need some offense, but I do think at times but nothing the Bulls did. As much as Bogdanovich hurt us, and he did. He killed us absolutely, leading the team from scoring off the bench. That hurt the team for sure. But you got to also look at those lobs from Clint Capella, right? The putbacks from Clint Capella. Clint Capella, 14 rebounds in this game. We didn't have a single person, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan led us with rebounds with 13. None of our centers, even as the game that Andre Drummond had off the bench, we could not get a center into double digits. That hurt us as well. That definitely hurt us. Great. I didn't even think about this. This is a great point from David Holiday. Why Drummond wasn't in on that last play just boggles my mind, son. Considering it's this, right? This is what I say. Usually you leave your offensive players in there in case you get a rebound and then you have to push the ball up. On that last play, this specifically, that last 5 second, I would have had Drummond out there, Javonte, Patrick Williams, Derrick Jones Jr., and I probably would have had, even though they both suck defensively, I probably would have had Zach because of his length in there. And then that way, you have all lengthy players out there with wide wingspans that you can cover more ground. That's what I would have done on that last few seconds, because the Atlanta Hawks called a timeout. You could have swapped for a defensive unit in that case, and that's what they should have done. What is that? Oh, I fucking hate that shit. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. Smear60 says, wow, I'm depressed right now. Don't be depressed, brother. Don't be depressed. Yeah, I figured that out. I was on my rant. I couldn't hear it. I hate that ESPN just starts playing their ads. My bad, y'all. In fact, I'll have to change it, because if I change it during the stream, I have to take that off the mix minus so you guys don't hear that. I thought I was hearing about it. No, ESPN just you can pause it and then they'll just randomly start playing it again in the middle. It's so weird. I think we could have maybe experimented with Dalen Terry. Oh, I didn't even think. Cancel what I just said. So the final lineup in that game should have been Dalen Terry, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams, and Andre Drummond. Imagine the length between those players, right? And they're all solid defensively, especially at sometimes more than others. But I guarantee you, had we had that lineup out there, that back door would have not been wide. That's a pause. That's definitely a pause moment. That back cut would have not been wide open for them. It just wouldn't have been. So, that's what you got to do. And they got to make some things and change some things for sure. D Jones says, I'm back to the three reason why we lost: coaching and coaching, but the last and not least, coaching. I feel you on that one. I feel you. Damn, but time to move on to you. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's definitely time to move on to New York. We got home and home at New York. Well, no, home and home is when you go back and forth. We got 2 games in a row at home against the New York Knicks. Hopefully the Bulls can pull both of those out at home. If they can, at that point, they'll be 13-15, right? 2 games under 500. So, it's still not all done. It's not done, but you got to see what it gets to. Little Squad says, let's get the next 2 wins. Completely agree with you there. Completely agree. The worst part is, that buzzer beater going to be on E. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. You ain't even got to worry about it. Don't even hold it. And especially, look, it's going to be on ESPN too, but our next game is televised on ESPN on Wednesday. So they're going to have to hype up that game. And guess what they're going to be showing a lot of? Oh, the Bulls dropped the game in overtime. Can they get their redemption Wednesday night on ESPN against the New York Knicks? 2-story franchise. Wait, hold on.
Can the Chicago Bulls get the win against the New York Knicks at home? 2-story franchises live at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN.
That's exactly how they're going to do it, right? That's how they're going to market it. So, you got to watch out with that. That's exactly what they're going to do. Melvin in the building. Melvin says, I know this loss sucks, but it looks like the Bulls have been playing with heart lately like you want. I'm not questioning the heart of this team anymore, right? This was not a loss because of heart. It was a loss due to lack of execution, but it wasn't a loss due to lack of heart. Those are different things. So definitely look at that. I have wanted to see this team play with some heart. And so that's probably also why I'm not as down on this. Man, the way this team is looking, let's just take one game at a time. Agreed with you there. Definitely agree with you there. The Knicks can suck my... Oh, for sure. For sure. All Knicks fans.
Oh, my God. We face the Chicago Bulls. We are going to get our revenge for Patrick Ewing never getting a ring against the Chicago Bulls. No, shut up, man. Nobody cares about the New York Knicks. Their owner doesn't even care about them. I would like to see the buzzer beater in slow-mo. I don't think he got it off in time. The league going to come out with a 2MA like the Bulls should have won. No, they actually did. I don't know which broadcast you were watching, but the stream that I was watching, they did show it in slow-mo. He actually got it off with 0.2 seconds left. He just did. He got it with 0.2 seconds left. I completely agree with you, bro. Those 2 threes in overtime by Zach hurt my soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. What you mean what happened to my mic? What are you talking about? Does my mic not sound right, y'all? Mic should sound excellent. It should sound pristine. Let's see. Oh.
Shit. My bad. I still had the baby voice on. I thought I turned it off. My bad, y'all. I thought I still had the chipmunk voice on. My bad. I was imitating Knicks fans. My bad, y'all. I thought I turned it off. This is why you don't always play with the soundboard, bro. That's why you don't play with it, man. Do Knicks fans besides Stephen A. and Spike Lee? No, that's it. That's all they got. I tell you guys, like for real, the New York Knicks, James Dolan doesn't care about the New York Knicks, bro. He cares about the paycheck he gets from owning them, but he doesn't owe them. Like, hold on, all right, we back right? We right? Yeah, we good. All right, I had to make sure. I just had to make sure we were good, man. That's it. Oh, man, that is hilarious. What up, Haize? Hey, why didn't Derrick Jones Jr. lay up count at the end of the fourth? He didn't make it. He didn't make it. He got fouled and it didn't go in. So had it went in and the foul, that would have been amazing, but it didn't go in. So that's why the shot didn't make. You sound like Bobby. Y'all leave my homie alone. Listen, if he was in here, he would roast y'all right now. Leave my homie alone. The Hawks announcers were talking hella shit because the rookie beat us. And he was AJ Griffin's. Oh, he's AJ Griffin's son? I didn't know that. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Brian Ventura in the building says, "Hey, is that shirt fire, man? I appreciate. Come on now, you know I'm the king of Bulls merch. This is the debut with this hat on the channel too. Yeah. So you know we be clean out here. We got the city edition gear. You know, wait, which way do I turn? We got the city edition gear. You know how we do it. But don't worry because I'm gonna be unleashing this bad boy. It's coming, and I already got the fit to go with it. It's gonna be a dirty night. That's all I can say with that. Quista? QM. Bulls should get quicker shots off instead of turning the ball over, trying to get a good look. LaVine has obligations to step up, and he is looking good despite all his. Well, he's definitely looking better, right? Outside of everything, I definitely want to acknowledge that Zach LaVine has been looking better the last handful of games. He just has. But those two shots early in overtime, you don't take shots early in the shot clock when you have the lead or you're tied. You want to try to get the ball to the rim. You want to try to get free throws because what that gets you easy shots, right? And then you want to play defense. It allows the other team not to get out in transition as well. Zach LaVine taking those two shots with like 17 seconds left on the shot clock are just bad shots. Those are just bad shots. Just joined and didn't watch the game, but it seems like we played hard. We did in certain stretches. There were times where we looked flat. I would say, honestly, about halfway through the second quarter to about almost the end of the third quarter, the Bulls were flat. It seemed like they woke back up in the fourth quarter for sure, but they were flat for a little bit of time. Bro, I was watching a video on why players love coming to the Garden, and man said it's because the Knicks fans literally cheer for them instead of their own damn team. Nobody cares about the New York Knicks. I'm telling you guys this. Nobody cares about the New York Knicks. Like that franchise has been doomed. Like when you just look at all the trade, like the Amari Stoudemire signing, the Carmelo Anthony signing, even go back further than that, the trading for Steve Francis, like all that, like this team, every single time they try to do something, and then they have a little glimmer of hope, right? They have a little glimmer of hope when they had one of the best records in the Eastern Conference, and they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Like it's just crazy. It's wild. Shay in the building says, "Hey, am I the only one that thinks DeMar DeRozan needs to look to play make if he's going to be a ball handler for the majority of the game?" Bro, we've been saying that for a while, bro. You are spot on with that one, man. You're definitely spot on with that one. Haize, do you think Caruso Golden Io will return Wednesday? Caruso, I feel pretty confident he will be. They just labeled the injury as a stinger. That Io DeSumo injury, though, man, that looked nasty, bro. Do not be surprised if bro has a busted nut. Like that's definitely a pause moment. Why the fuck would I say that? God damn. Sometimes I just gotta shut the fuck up, man. I really just gotta shut the fuck up sometimes. Why would I say that? Jesus. Do not be surprised if he has a damaged testicle, because that looked like it hurt, bro. That definitely looked like it hurt. I was out for a week or two. Where'd you see that at? Certificate? Like, where'd you? No, and I'm not even saying that to be an asshole. Like, where'd you see that at? I would love to. Like, a week or two. Oh man, that would. If that's the case, we gotta play Dalen Terry. We have to play Dalen Terry if I was going to be out for a week or two. Like, the excuses got to end for not playing Dalen Terry. They got to end for not playing Dalen Terry in that case, man. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. I can't believe I said that, man. Jesus Christ. I really went on wax and said that is literally something that people will be able to search and go back and see. That's crazy, man. Would you rather be a Knicks fan or a Cavs fan? Oh, listen, I hate the city of Cleveland. Cavs are I gotta acknowledge they're good this season, right? I don't hate the city of New York, but I hate the Knicks. You know what I would love right now? I would love a dollar slice from New York right now. Like just any block, a dollar slice. I would love that from New York right now. I love the city. The Knicks, though, I can never root for the Knicks at all. This game was so much like the Wizards game, though. Turnovers, bad shooting, etc. Billy got to make the adjustments for the Knicks game. Oh yeah, Billy has his place in this loss as well, right? I'm gonna still put a lot on Zach LaVine for those shots, but some of that also gotta be thrown towards Billy. Alana, Io broke his nut and gonna be out a week, bro. Oh man, that's funny. Jamal, I love what you do, Haize. I wish P. Will and Dalen could get some PT. I get that Javonte and others earn time, but the coach has to adapt to the situation. Do you agree? 100% agree. I 100% agree with you. At the end of the day, it's this, right? You got to try some different things, and especially in that, like I said, that period of time where the Bulls had no energy. And I said from halfway through the second, I meant halfway through the first quarter. From halfway through the first quarter until about 4 or 5 minutes into the third quarter, the Bulls had no energy that whole stretch of time. None. And in that, you need to try some different things, right? It's not like Kobe was shooting the lights out or anything to where it's like you clearly want to go to him over Dalen Terry. That's been my biggest thing too, right? When Kobe isn't playing well, why not try out the rook, right? Kobe White, 4 of 12 from this game. He did have 12 points overall and a plus-minus of +8 and 6 rebounds for. No, Kobe played pretty good in this game. Outside of the shooting, Kobe played pretty good in this game. So I gotta eat that one. Oh, all day long. All day long. Chicago deep dish over New York, that thin shit all day long. But there's just times where a dollar slice just slap, is all I can say. Jamal says, thanks, fam. Just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, fam. We are definitely trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as quick as possible. Right now, what's the grand total right now? 9,537. You do the math. That's how many more we need. To this day, nobody's taking a vacation in Cleveland, and nobody ever should. The city of Cleveland is trash. Got to get ready for the Knicks, and Dalen Terry got to get some playtime because we could have used his defensive intensity and playmaking tonight for sure. Ryan, Kobe low-key clutch recently. I'll give you that. He still misses. It's like he misses 1 to 2 wide open threes a game, but when you need him to make a three, he absolutely hits it. Is getting your ball. What? Yes, you tripping. You definitely tripping. Somebody help Alana is what needs to happen. Somebody needs to help Alana. Because that was a question, Alana. That was a question. A tough loss. They played well enough. Vooch should have had been playing the inbounder. He should have been by the rim with 0.5 seconds left in the game. Bad coaching at the end makes no sense. Like I said earlier, I would have rather seen a completely different lineup out there, considering there was only 0.5 seconds left. No, Haize is trying to get to 20K subscribers ASAP, not 10K. Get subscribing, y'all. That's crazy. No, deep dish ain't the move. I'm trying to go to sleep after a couple slices. I'm not trying to go to sleep. Oh, well, that's just blame your weak body on that, bro. That's weak body. That's just you just weak, bro. Like people who get the itis are weak. No, I'm just messing with you, bro. Norman says, the Bulls have put me through an immense amount of emotional distress this season. That's crazy. We're not even halfway through the season, but I definitely understand. Well, I don't know, Haize. I ain't got enough. I'm not gonna make the joke I wanted to make. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get this channel shut down. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think that shot have counted, in all honesty. Do you believe this team will make the playoffs? I still do believe this team will make the playoffs. I'm not going to lie. Kobe White should do most of the playmaking when the second unit is in the game and when Goran Dragic is on the bench. Well, usually if Goran's on the bench, that means either Io or Caruso are going to be in, which means that I'd still rather have them playmake over Kobe White. But Kobe White has grown as a playmaker for sure. Will Purdue and the gang be having too much fun on the post game? Well, luckily they have some fun because I love that podcast and I listen to it all the time. Let me be clear. This is not shade in the sense where I'm saying they're trash, because I'm not saying that. But God knows that post game show can be dry as fuck sometimes. There are some days where I'm just literally like, hey, bro, hey, this podcast is audio NyQuil. They be dropping facts, but it's just the delivery of it. You know what? Let me stop. Let me shut up. I'm going to shut up. No cap, I'm rewatching this mug. I'm not as mad about this game as I thought I would. Yeah, I'm not. That's it. I agree with you, Pat. I'm not as mad at all about this game as I thought I would be. MJV says, I agree in giving Terry some more reps, especially for defense. Yeah, and especially in a game like this. Petition for, Kobe and DeMar got to get new braiders. Like, whoever braided Kobe White's hair, you know what? I guarantee you Kobe White gets his hair braided by a man who was in jail for 15 years. And DeMar DeRozan gets his hair braided by a 64-year-old black woman who grew up in the county. It's who braided DeMar's hair. They definitely need some more braids. They need some better braid techs. This motherfucker wants to get funny. Man, fuck Alfonso McKinney, bro. Oh, man. Bulls should have had Vooch guarding the inbound and Drummond patrolling the paint. Green, Williams, and Zach. DJJ seems to foul out. I said before, the lineup I would have had would have been Dalen Terry, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams, and Andre Drummond. That would have been the lineup I had in there. Haize, I think Kobe gets his hair braided by his girl. Well, she needs to get all that money. He needs to send her to cosmetology school is what he needs to do if that's going to be the case. Drew says, still smoking that Mavs pack from last night. Hey, that's a good place to live in, right, bro? Definitely a good place to live in for sure. Oh, man. Jahad Dean says, this is about to sound crazy, but what if we traded Pat Williams and Simonovic for Kyle Anderson and Nas Reed from the T-Wolves? We get size and still have DJJ, Terry Green, plus Reed and Anderson to replace. I don't really like that, man. I don't like that. Not to get, like, I honestly like Kyle Anderson. I do, but I don't think that that's the trade to get it done, bro. That's just my opinion. Alana says, I need to see her and judge her braidings because that's hilarious. That's wild. Idris says, I don't understand blaming Billy for that last possession. We defended to that T. We defended that to the T. That was just an incredible shot. Can we just give AJ the prop? No, because it wasn't. And if you listen even to Stacey King break that down, they did not have the awareness of the back door. Oh God, I gotta stop saying things that could be sound bites on this. We didn't protect the back cut as well as that we could. And again, it still is an amazing shot. Let's be clear. There's still probably 1 in 100 times that somebody hits a shot like that with that many seconds left. But the Bulls could have definitely played that a little bit better. They could have been a better drawn up play for that. Haize, what do you think about Drummond's minutes? Man, listen, but this is the thing, right? Drummond's still like, I think Drummond, he played 16 minutes in this one. Would I wanted to see him more maybe towards 18? Yeah. But a lot of this game you needed offense, and Vooch brought that, even though he didn't score as many points. He's a more versatile offensive player. But Drummond's minutes are a thing that's going really crazy, man. Like sometimes I don't really understand Drummond's minutes overall. It was an incredible shot, and it was telegraphed. It was super obvious. That's from Bath Lower Payne. Absolutely agree with you there. Marco? Who said anything about throwing Marco in the final lineup? Who said Marco? Somebody said Marco. They must have wanted the Bulls to lose. Period. can't find Danielle Williams, man. Haize, I like your lineup better than Billy. Coaching. Man, listen. Coaching, and some people who don't really understand the ins and outs of basketball, I think they underrate just how much coaching does mean in situations like that and how it can impact things. But, it kind of is what it is there. This channel is the Caruso. I mean, I hope we're better than Caruso. I mean, I can shoot at least, right? Just give a general pause at the beginning and end and keep it pushing unless you use words like nuts or bust. Still love what you do. Hey, I've been tripping tonight. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know why I've been tripping tonight. What? Oh, the culture got to talk about that one. I can't talk about it here. But listen, that's all right. I'd rather watch the Windy City Bulls the Windy City Bulls are playing some really good basketball, man. I watched the highlights and saw Fleming catching up Billy. Catching up Billy? Haize, why some people take you so personal when you obviously a good-natured guy with a bit of petty, of course? I don't know. I mean, but it is, I get a kick out of it. It doesn't offend me. Like, people being triggered by me, I just be like, you just completely missed the whole point of this, didn't you? If I can trigger you, then it is what it is. I'm subbing in Malcolm Hill to clamp AJ Griffin. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, guys, we got to get ready to go over on Lock On Bulls, man. I appreciate you guys so much, man. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. As we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway once we get to that point. I appreciate you guys and love you guys so much. If you want to continue this conversation, head over to Locked On Bulls, where me and Pat are about to break down this game over there as well. Otherwise, make sure you guys are following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail, the number to do so is 773-270-2799. Like I said, we're about to go live over on Locked On Bulls. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel before you go. Like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red and peace, y'all.